And now we have Douglas Hiatt from Sensible, Washington.
How's everybody doing? It's great to be here. I work with Sensible Washington. I also work with November Coalition, and I'm privileged to be able to work with those groups. I've been defending medical cannabis patients in this state for a long time, back before there was a medical cannabis law, back when I was relying on something called medical necessity, which they took away from us, but which we got back in a little case called Kurtz that just came out this year. We have a real big problem in the movement, whether you're talking about medical marijuana or recreational marijuana or legal marijuana or some variation thereof. We have a huge problem because we have not changed the law. Marijuana remains illegal. It remains illegal at every level. It's illegal at the state level. It's illegal at the federal level. There is no shelter here. We have got to get some. But the problem is that we have put the regulation in front of the legalization. They shouldn't be able to regulate you when they can still put you in jail. They shouldn't be able to say to you, you gotta pay taxes when they're still putting you in the fucking jail. You cannot accept this situation. It's an absurd situation we find ourselves in. We have a worthless memo from the federal government. How do we know it's worthless? Because every other goddamn memo we've got from the federal government is worthless. Every single one. I don't trust those guys as far as I can throw a piece of cheesecake underwater. They won't tell you the truth about anything, and what they're doing right now is wrong. It's really wrong. They're telling you that a memo has the force of law. Well, it doesn't. And Jeff Steinborn's sitting right back there. Ask him, because I run into him in federal court and we go, gosh, what are we going to do now? Harsh language is our defense again? Our charming personalities, which we don't possess? We're in Yakima. We're in Spokane. We're not Seattle-centered. We're getting our ass kicked all over the state. This isn't funny. Because we've got access in King County, and we've got a few dispensaries here, and we've got some collectives, or whatever the hell you want to call them this week, we think we've made some progress? No. People are going to prison in Eastern Washington. They are being charged federally. We've got cases with 15 goddamn plants in federal court. Jeff has a 15-plant case in Yakima. I've got a 40-plant case and 5 family members looking at 15 years in federal court in Spokane. They are being deprived of their state right to a medical defense because they have been charged in federal court. And they are going to continue to charge people in federal court. And if they don't like you, or they've got some other reason, or something else is going on, they need a scapegoat of the week, it could be you. That's where we're at. The reality, you want a reality check? Pete Holmes was up here saying that prohibition is the problem. God damn right it is.
Damn right.
But if you think the solution is regulation, you are out of your fucking mind. The solution is legalization, not regulation. Let's get it legal. Get it legal for everybody. Then we'll get it legal for patients. That's what I thought. But that's not how it's working out. Because we screwed up. We've got a state-run monopoly sitting there that's impervious to the market that they're now going to prop up, and greed is going to cause them to throw all of you under the bus for fucking money. Again, that's all that counts in this society. You want to talk about effective advocacy? Bullshit. It's about money. If you got the money, you win. You don't got the money, you don't. That's really the reality. I just happen to believe that if we all got together again and we went to grassroots and we really fought, that we might get somewhere. And I still believe that because of people like Nora Callahan and Chuck Arnsberry and others, and Vivian and all the folks at Hempfest, and Steve Sarich and all those people that have been fighting too. I don't care who you are not even close. We're miles away from where we need to be. And they are taking this template that has done this to us here and exporting it to other places, saying, oh, let's do it here. None of this stuff has resulted in a change in the law. None of this stuff has resulted in the end of the drug war. None of this stuff has resulted in legal cannabis. What we've got is an absurd situation that we must rededicate ourselves to fighting. There is no other way. We have to fight for patients this time, just like we fought for it before. And there's Joanna right in front of me, that I have been with this woman for years, and Dale was right here before me. He's the guy that ruined my life like this. I was a normal lawyer until he got a hold of me and Joanna got a hold of me. Maybe I was I'll give you that one. I'm sure not normal now. But at any rate, there's a guy coming up right here behind me, you know? And his name is Ryan Day. And he's got a kid. And that's kind of the reason that I got into this whole thing. Except it wasn't a kid for me, it was a lot of AIDS patients that were trying to stay alive. And I thought to myself, is this society so fucked up that we can't give compassion to people that are trying to stay alive using a non-traditional medicine? I think we all know what the answer that I got was. There's a guy here trying to use medicine to take care of his sick kid, just like I use medicine to take care of my mom. And anybody that would interfere with my right to take care of my mom, or his right to take care of his kid, is going to go through me. You're going to have to run me over, you're going to have to kill me. Don't just fight me, you're going to have to kill me before I stop fighting for people like him, and my mom, and Dale, and Allison, and all those people, that Allison. These people have been making it happen. They have defined compassion for me. They have taught me what true courage is all about. And I don't want to hear people talking about Rick Smith unless they knew him, unless they held him in his arms. I held that man in my arms numerous times. He was my conscience. He was my conscience. He taught me everything. Don't tell me what he would and wouldn't support. I'm not going to try to speak for him. Unfortunately, he's gone. And there will not be another like him. There will not. But there are people like this man right here, and there are people like Joanna sitting right there, and they still need help. And as long as I'm drawing any goddamn breath, I'm going to be helping them, and I'm going to be fighting, and I'm not going to shut the fuck up. Yeah!